spectators should regard playing the game as an art and appreciate it and enjoy it as such. Respect for officials, respect for players, respect for boys and girls, respect for host facilities, and respect for themselves are essential for raising the standards of good sportsmanship. At this time, would you please stand while the Hesston High School pep band, under the direction of Lyle Graverson, plays our national anthem. Tonight's starting lineups. Starting for Sacred Heart, number 3, 5'8" senior Audrey Smith. Starting for Hesston, number 5, 5'4" sophomore Corinne Yoder. Starting for Sacred Heart, number 5, 5'7" senior Allie Cochran. Starting for Hesston, number 10, 5'10" senior Elise Kaiser. Starting for Sacred Heart, number 20, 5'7" senior Hannah Gass.
Okay, so James has taken the portable one over there to get a closer shot.
Senior Marissa Moak. Starting for Sacred Heart, number 32, 5'6".
A good Tuesday evening and a Friday evening, whatever day it is, folks. Thanks for joining us for the first ever Strive broadcast out of the state of Nebraska. We are in Hesston tonight as the Swathers of Hesston High take on the Knights of These guys are her first and the team's first here in this quarter. Keenan Thompson, the head coach of the Sacred Heart Knights. The Knights with Audrey Smith, Allie Cochran, Hannah Getz, Amber Palin, and Kelsey Gack in their starting five.
First person on Kelsey J. Alex Hart will be shooting 2 shots.
So do you know when he's panning to you? Because he's talking to you, or you know? Gotcha. Excellent.
Number 31, Anna Humphreys in for Hesston. First person on Lindsay Deegan.
On Hesston as a team now. Not yet 3 minutes gone by here. In for the Knights comes Emily Everett. Sacred Heart will inbound underneath their own hoop. And again, we have, right now we have the iPad wide angle up top. Then, like we said, James down.
Number 23, and for Sacred Heart, and number 48, Keeper, and for Hesston.
It will stay with the Swathers. In the corner for Elise Kaiser. Up on the wing for Humphreys. Back into the corner it goes. And bring it up to the top is Vogt. So 5-3 still our score. Hesston on top. So we approach the halfway point of the first quarter, and a reach-in foul called on the Knights as they were trying to tie things up at the top. And they will call Getz for the foul.
Number 31, Eligati in for Sacred Heart, and number 5, Corinne Yoder back in for Hesston.
Eligati is in for Sacred Heart.
for the Sacred Heart team foul.
Switch away from me. Yeah, get off me. Get off me.
So a hard crash onto the hip for the injured Knight player, just kind of gingerly walking off. That is Ella Gotti. The Knights will inbound underneath their own hoop. That one knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Sacred Heart. Well, we got a really good crowd mic here. We don't want too much connection. 12 feet away, the first shot no good, and the second no good. Now we're back in play. Finally controlled by Lindsay Deegan. Here come the Swathers quickly to the other end. Yoder tried to hand it back, but a travel is called on Vogt. Go first quarter. Hesston on top, 7-3. Sacred Heart trying to get some offense working and getting some open shots. Cochran with a move. Tough shot, forced it out, but off the hands of Vogt. Down the lane, good stop. The little shot on the right side lane is good. By Hannah Getz. So 7-5 is our score. And Anna Humphreys answers right back at the other end. We are going to turn up as best we can some microphone stuff. And again, folks, it's a learning process. We're all trying to get something accomplished here. So bear with us just a little bit.
First personal on Corinne Yoder. Number 15, Alex Martin, Hesston. Number 33, Kelsey J.
This might help. Now you should be hearing just my voice on this channel, as opposed to the crowd and everything along with it. So now we should be in a much better state. Thank you. And again, whenever this happens, as you watch more of these Hesston games throughout the year, just a reminder that we're working on a student crew to try to produce these broadcasts. And so these, from time to time, the wrong button might get pushed or what have you. So again, we just thank the Hesston Swathers for joining the Strive community, being a part of it. We'll talk more about Strive as we go on through the night, but we'll have the boys game coming up after this one. You saw most of the JV girls game as well. Sacred Heart won that one 31-27. a hard box out there after the shot goes up, and they're going to call a foul on Audrey Smith. And I believe we're going to get a couple of free throws here for Corinne Yoder.
Corinne Yoder will be shooting
I
two
did
shots.
fix that. I muted the mini recorder. Oh, okay. So, yep. If you look up there on the edit window on the left side, I muted it and left just the code.
Number 20.
So now we should be good.
For Sacred Heart.
They were still getting some
Yeah.
of the camera down there.
Yep.
But, okay.
1 of 2 for Corinne. She's got 4 of Hesston's 10 points. Minute 29 to go here in the opening period. And the Swathers on top, 10-5. Opening night of the 2019-2020 season. It's a long way to go to March. But as the proverb goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Along the baseline, that's a good-looking shot. It's put up and good by Tegan Slagle of Sacred Heart, her first basket. And a foul called on that loose ball. Call it on Slagle, actually. So she gets a basket at one end. She gets a foul on the other end. That is already now 6 fouls on Sacred Heart here in this first quarter, so something to keep an eye on. Hesston could be shooting some free throws here in this first half. Yoder along the baseline, passes it back up. Good wraparound pass, and it's going to result in free throws as Kaiser took the defense with her, and that left Martin open. Now Alex will head back to the free throw line. Missed her first 2 attempts earlier in the period. Alex is a 5'9 junior, averaged 1.5 points and 2 rebounds per game last year. Still looking to find the net on a free throw. There she does. So 1 out of 4 now for the night, and 11-7. Just under a minute to go here in this opening quarter. Gets across the timeline. On the dribble drive with a right-hand Slagle, no good. Rebound tipped around. Now we got to fight for it. Sacred Heart had it for a moment. Got it back, did Gack. Now we're loose in the lane again, and Hesston comes out of there with it. And it's Corinne Yoder. And now an official timeout as Lindsey Deegan is down on the floor. And with Hesston with the ball, the officials able to stop play for Lindsey. So you can edit the clock if you click somewhere out here, then you just edit pop-up window. So now you could change it if you want. So Lindsay back to the bench area, but on her feet. That's a good sign. Perhaps one final possession of this first quarter, led by Hesston for all but a moment. Amber Palin opened the scoring with a 3-pointer for Sacred Heart. Then it was a 7-0 run for the Swathers. Now we've evened things out a little bit at 11-7. Under 10 seconds to go, first period. Backdoor cut. Get it to Kaiser, who lays it in. Good pass, good catch, good finish. And that is the way the end of the first quarter comes upon us. 13-7. Hesston on top of Sacred Heart. We have a commercial to play. Katie's very excited about this. And we're going to play it right now.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Okay, we're ready and set to go for the start of the second quarter. Hesston up 13-7 as we begin quarter number 2. Sacred Heart with the basketball. Hannah gets double teamed up top, throws it over the top to Allie Cochran. Along the baseline, that three, no good by Palin. She's got one of those already, and now Kaiser with the rebound. Now she'll bring it ahead herself. Kaiser pushes it forward. Open layup is good. Katie Keeker makes good on her first shot attempt of the night, and it's 15-7. Swathers on top. A drive and the shot partially blocked. Palin put it up. Here comes Hesston again the other way. Down the middle, running the floor once again. The shot blocked, but a foul called. That'll be Audrey Smith picking up the foul for Sacred Heart. But once again, Katie Keeker running the floor, doing her job right down the middle of the lane. And she will get a couple of free throws for her effort there. Subs in for Sacred Heart, including Ella Gotti. Good to see her back after she took a hard fall earlier. And Emily Everett also returns to the night lineup. 1 out of 2 there for Katie Keeker, the 5'10 sophomore. She's got 3 points here in the first 39 seconds of the second quarter. Again, I just want to kind of remind you what we're looking at here tonight. The first ever student broadcast of a ball game in the state of Kansas on the Strive Network. We are a company based in Nebraska, actually, and making our first expansion into the state of Kansas. But I can't tell you, folks, for those of you watching in Kansas for the first time, we work with over 120 schools across the state of Nebraska. So 120 Nebraska schools can't be that wrong about what we do. So it's a lot of fun and really cool to work with Katie Gaston, who's the media teacher here at Hesston, and has obviously some really intelligent and great working, hard-working students that have pulled off not just tonight's broadcast, but you can expect the plan going forward would be the home activities for Hesston. And so if you like the fact that you can watch from anywhere on a mobile device, on a tablet, an iPad, if you will, you can watch on a laptop computer, you can watch on a desktop, and if you got the tech savvy, you can even plug in an HDMI cord to your laptop and plug it onto your big screen TV. I understand they're even watching us in the pit stop tonight, but if you can pull up that screen, you can watch it on a big screen even. All part of the Strive experience. So as the broadcasts go throughout this year, you can expect probably a little more, a little better broadcasts each time these kids get a crack at it, because they're doing a fantastic job for night one of the broadcasting program. That's Ella Gotti with a basket for Sacred Heart, her first 2 of the ball game. Makes it 15-7 here, not quite 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. On the right block, that's Alex Martin. Backside, good pass. Can't get the finish from Deegan. Scramble on and a foul on the rebound, though. They're going to call it on Everett. That's the second on Emily, and the 9th team foul on Sacred Heart. 4 team fouls, by the way, whistled on Hesston so far tonight. Taking Slagle back into the ballgame for the Knights, and this will be, as a foul on the floor, a 1-and-1 opportunity for Alex Martin. Alex now 1 of 5 at the line, but an offensive rebound. Put back no good by Kaiser. Now a jump ball on the rebound, and that's going to go on the alternating possession to Sacred Heart.
He's by Broadfoot.
So again, this media team, if you like these broadcasts, you'd like to be able to watch from any device, please, by all means, let the school know. They have some social media. I understand going to be trying to maybe add a Twitter or Facebook or Instagram account in the days coming. A lot of what we do at Strive TV also is how to be good digital citizens. And so excited to continue to expand and reach more kids. A lot of education, A lot of support for the kids, but hopefully they can become the media company for their school. That is kind of the ultimate goal. That rebound tipped out of bounds off Sacred Heart and comes to Hesston.
Number 3, Audrey Smith.
Audrey Smith back into the ball game with the 2 fouls for Sacred Heart. The Knights 3-2 on the zone. Now maybe they do go man-to-man as they shift out to it. High post for Deegan. Backside. Oh, it was open for a moment. Vogt tracks it down in the corner. Now Kaiser has it out on the Swather. Kaiser on the wing. Baseline. Pull up. No. Rebound tipped out of there, and it's going to be tracked down. An opportunity here. Cochran leads the charge. Throws it up ahead for Getz. No. Deegan runs the floor, grabs the defensive rebound.
I'm just telling you, okay?
That is a 3 from the left wing from Kaiser. That falls off, no good. Still 15-9 with 4:17 to go. And that is out of bounds. Last touch by Martin. Staying with Sacred Heart. Corinne Yoder. And Keeker. And Carly Bartle all in the game.
Second person on Corinne Yoder.
Do I have to keep this on? Okay. Do I have to keep mine on?
Good ball by Algatti.
I keep forgetting I'm still sick. I'm acting like I'm not sick. That's not how that works.
First person on Anna Humphreys. Number 10, Elise Kaiser. And 15, Alex Martin back in for Hesston.
Timeout going to be taken by Hesston. And we can as well. The Swathers up, but 15-12. All right, so back to the action after the Hesston timeout. Swather basketball working against Sacred Heart's zone. In the corner, Yoder for a three off the front, and the defensive rebound for Anna Humphreys. Humphreys, though, a little trouble, got away with a little drag of the foot. And on we play. Humphreys has it again. Right side key three, misses everything. Nobody touched it, out of bounds. So the 3 points in the quarter for Hesston came from Katie Keeker after she started the second quarter. Came in the first 39 seconds of the period. They've been scoreless since. There's been 5 points from Ella Gotti scored for Sacred Heart that have kept them certainly within this thing. Kaiser down the lane. Tough shot, no good. And the defensive rebound ripped around. And we're going to get a reach-in foul. And that will be the 7th team foul against the Swathers. So a 1-and-1 at the other end for Sacred Heart. Second personal foul on Alex Martin. And like we said, the 7th team foul. Floor camera, it's a wireless camera system. Folks, not a lot of schools have a wireless system. They found it in a box, the ability to do a wireless HDMI. So really cool stuff for opening night for the broadcasting program for Hesston here. Free throws coming here for Emily Everett. The 1-and-1, no good, but an offensive rebound, another crack at it. On the floor, Kaiser keeps it alive, gets it to Deegan, tied up, possession arrow for the Swathers.
Number 32, Amber Pollock for Sacred Heart.
Great backdoor cut. Yoder can't get the layup, though. The feed was perfect as well. Just off the back of the rim, though. Well, that is exactly how you draw it up. You just got to make the shot then. And on we go. It's Palin with it. Gets it over to the right side. Cut off by Kaiser up top. Palin gets it back. She tries baseline. Into the block. A little fadeaway shot. The basket is good. And a foul is called. Everett with a chance at an and one. Lindsey Deegan picks up her second, the team's 8th, and a chance to tie it for Emily Everett. That she does. The first 3 points of the night right there for Emily. Gotti goes to the bench for the Knights. Allie Cochran back out there. So we're all square at 15 apiece. 3 points in the first 39 seconds for Hesston in this quarter, and nothing since. Baseline drive, Vogt off the glass too hard. Deegan pulls down the offensive rebound. Kaiser up top for the 3 ball. Too strong. Another offensive rebound. This one for Yoder. Along the baseline, good ball movement. Deegan fouled on the shot. Couple of free throws. Schlegel, the guilty party there for the Knights. That was a really nice ball movement, though, by Hesston. As we are under a minute to go in this first half, trying to break a long scoring drought here for the Swathers. And a needed at least single point there. Humphreys back in for Hesston. Second, though, too strong. So 43 seconds and rolling here in the first half. On the wing, that's Cochran with it. And that, got to keep the eye on the ball the whole way through. Bounced off the hands of Amber Palin, becomes a turnover for Sacred Heart. So Hesston up 1, final 30 seconds of the first half. We'll talk more about Strive TV, based in Nebraska, and our connection to Hesston, actually, coming up here at halftime. Kaiser, right side, hard drive, and before a shot, a foul on the floor. It's going to be a double bonus. So that's the 10th team foul anyway of the half on Sacred Heart. Emily Everett just picked up her 3rd personal foul, though. So Kaiser, who is scoreless in the quarter but does have 4 points for the game, at the line to shoot 2. And the first of which is no good. So with the wireless camera, you know, the possibilities are kind of limitless. Could we see at some point this year halftime interviews with a player and or coach? Perhaps. Post-game on the floor? Why not? We'll see what these kids in the media program at Hesston can come up with. And a blocking foul 80 feet away from her own basket on Kaiser. And that'll be 1-1 to the other end for Sacred Heart. It's the second on Elise. Anna Getz will shoot the 1-1. And yeah, 9 team fouls, so not the double bonus yet. Getz now with 3 points in the half, and we'll have a chance to tie it again. I guess the only good way to look at the foul on Kaiser is the fact that, well, Hesston can't get one more shot up. Strong, the rebound of Vogt. 2 seconds, 1 Vogt runs it up. Off the glass, though, no good. And that's your halftime break. Hesston 17, Sacred Heart 16. The Knights win. So who is that guy?
I think that's yeah, he's the
Starting with Hesston, Corinne Yoder,
For the Hesston record.
Alex Martin, and Lindsay Deegan.
Is the battery charging? Is it done charging over there? If it is, swap that.
Okay, hey, folks, we're back and ready to go. Second half action coming your way. Hesston 17, Sacred Heart 16. My name is Eric Colgan. I am the Strive Sports Director, and thank you for joining us for the first ever sports broadcast on Strive in the state of Kansas here tonight. We are excited to have Hesston as our first Strive school in the state, and lots of great things happening with the broadcast here tonight. Miss Katie Gaston has done a fantastic job with her media crew to have them ready, and they have really embraced what this broadcast thing is all about. And, boy, you talk about hitting the ground running. Speaking of hitting the ground running, we are often going with the start of the second half, and we've got a foul on Sacred Heart as Marissa Vogt was scrambling for that rebound. Mackenzie's our producer. We had James on our mobile camera. We got some other kids up here that are doing different things. iPad on the wide shot. That's why you see kind of a static shot. I think the goal as the year goes on, trying to get an actual camera that will move back and forth and maybe zoom in a little bit. So all part of the process of becoming a Strive school, trying to put together the best broadcast a school can. That's a wonderful drive and a big finish from Marissa Vogt. Marissa with 4 points now in the contest. And a 3-point Hesston lead. Into the corner it goes. Allie Cochran has it, now skips it across for Palin. Amber throws that one over the top and out of bounds. Trying to get that one to Slagle and, excuse me, not Slagle, Kelsey Gack. So you see the sideline camera. James down there running that at the south end of the court. And a turnover right back. Bring it back to the Knights. And a turnover right back. Eventually, we're going to get some points scored. But I tell you, the kids. Another cool thing that the kids have done is they have brought out the headsets from the football coaches, so that they have wireless headsets to be able to talk to each other. So if you come to a Hesston game this year and you see some kids wandering around with a camera and a cool-looking wireless headset, they're working. And tell them what a nice job they're doing, because so far they have really embraced what it means to be a Strive school. It's been fun to see so far. Jump ball on the rebound as Kaiser got one good look at it but couldn't finish. The alternating possession will leave it with Hesston.
Number 13, Emily Everett, Sacred Heart.
One of the things we like to say about Strive is that it's an open classroom. You know, when you take a math test, nobody really sees that score outside of those in the math room. At least Kaiser with a basket there. She's got 7 in the ball game. But when you produce a ball game that people are watching, hey, everybody sees if somebody makes a mistake on a camera or pushes the wrong button on the laptop. Well, everybody sees that.
Number 23, Tatum Slagle.
But so far we are passing this thing with flying colors.
Number 31, Anna Humphreys in for Hesston.
Anna Humphreys checks into the ball game for Coach Matt Richardson. 17-4 a year ago for the Swathers, and graduated Riley Schilling. I understand a big loss for the Swathers, but some nice pieces to build around. Elise Kaiser, like we said, averaged just shy of 20 points a game last year. She's got 7 so far here tonight. So the Swathers have a 5-point lead. 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Oh, slide to the derriere. Nice save to Kaiser. The layup good. Give the big old hustle play, though, to Marissa Vogt on that one. Wonderful job by Marissa, the 5'7 senior. 23-16. biggest lead of the game right now for the Swathers. That one blocked cleanly. Another chance to run here for Kaiser. Crosses over, goes to the hoop, left side, has it blocked. Out of bounds. That was last touched, though, by the Swathers. Anna Humphreys, one of them there, along with Lindsey Deegan. Now Deegan will come out, and Katie Keeker, 5'10 sophomore, checks in. Katie started the second quarter in place of Deegan, actually, and scored her 3 points in the first 39 seconds of the second quarter. And then it wasn't until there was a free throw with like 48 seconds left in the period that Hesston was able to score again. So it was a slow going scoring-wise in the second quarter after the Swathers put up 13 in the first. And up top, a reach-in foul on Hannah Getz of Sacred Heart. Be Hannah's team's second of the half. Try to go for the backdoor cut to Kaiser. It's tipped, though, and we're going to get a jump ball. That's a good call by the officials. Alternating possession to Sacred Heart. Well, Elise took off on a nice backdoor cut. The pass was maybe just a split second late and got deflected. If it's on time and on the money, though, Kaiser probably lays that thing in easily. So 23-16, our score up top. Along the baseline, the shot good by Allie Cochran. Allie's first points of the evening. 5-point contest. And Kaiser goes on that baseline cut. Pops into the quarter. Now she'll shoot the three. That was partially blocked. It's off the side of the hoop. Oh, Kaiser said, no way did I just take an open three and shoot it off the side of the backboard, but that is exactly what the officials are going to call. Along the baseline, the shot is no good. And Deegan, the rebound, another chance at a run out here. Up ahead, the layup no good, but a foul called. And Anna Humphreys, who got out in front of the defense, will get a couple of free throws for the effort. Ella Gotti with the foul. That is Ella's first, the team's third of the half. Just past the halfway point of the third quarter. First of two free throws up and good by Humphreys. Anna has now 3 points in the ball game. Vote back into the game as Martin takes a seat for Hesston. And the second good as well for Humphreys. So Anna with 4 points and the lead back to 7 for Hesston. Man-to-man defense for the Swathers. Little pick and roll action up top. And into the backcourt that'll go. No defense touched it. Turnover Knights. Getz returns to the lineup for Sacred Heart.
Number 11, Ellie Woodall, and 23, David Slagle.
Kaiser to throw it in right in front of her own bench. Nice up and under, good feed and the good finish. And it's Katie Keeker now with 5 points in the game. And the lead 9, biggest lead of the game here for Hesston. As Kaiser knocks down a pass, but Sacred Heart controls. And not anymore. Kaiser picks off the pass. On the left side, takes it up, and a foul called. 2 free throws coming for Elise Kaiser, who has turned it up, especially on defense, and it's led to some offensive opportunities for her. That's the third personal foul on Hannah Getz. That is the 4th team foul on Sacred Heart in the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Kaiser now 2 of 3 at the foul line tonight. She's got 10 total points and looking for 11 on the 2nd free throw coming up. Can't get that one though. Rebound tipped, and then a travel call. So Audrey Smith had it. Kaiser flashed right in front of her, and it disrupted the thought pattern just enough by Smith that she drug that plant foot and gives it right back to Hesston. Swathers with a 10-point lead. Humphreys for Kaiser. Now Vogt back into the corner for Humphreys. For Yoder. And now Kaiser. Down low. Lindsey Deegan gets free for that one. Boy, Deegan and Keeker, 5'11 and 5'10. They're going to be a force this year for Coach Richardson, and a full timeout taken by Sacred Heart. Rebound for Yoder, and a 12-point lead. This is the biggest lead of the game here. And that's going to be a travel and a turnover, as Marissa Vogt just had all these options to throw a pass, and unfortunately the ball never left her hand. In the corner, tip it is steal. Vogt forces the bad pass, then picks it off herself. Kaiser baseline. Offensive foul is called on Kaiser. Her 3rd personal foul. That is the 1st team foul on the Swathers here in the 2nd half. Kaiser will go to the bench, and Alex Martin checks in for her. There's so many people between the sender and receiver. If he was out closer to the pad, he might have better reception up here.
She said Baxter went to a pit stop to see if it was like that, and she said it looked fine at the pit stop.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe it's just in my car. Okay. 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 Up top, that's a 3 from Humphreys that comes up short. Offensive rebound for Deegan, and right back to the rim goes Yoder, who will get a couple of free throws for her efforts. 5 team fouls now. 3 of them shooting fouls on Sacred Heart here in this 2nd half so far. And Corinne Yoder, who is 1 of 2 at the foul line and has 4 total points. Those all came back in the first quarter.
32, Amber Collin. 33, Kelsey Jake. And for Sacred Heart, Corinne Yoder is shooting 2 shots.
One out of 2, 5 total points there for Corinne Yoder. Cochran goes to the bench for Sacred Heart. Still, though, the lead 13. This now is the largest lead of the game for the Swathers, and then an illegal screen up top.
Third personal, Kelsey Jake.
So again, you're watching the first ever Strive TV broadcast in the state of Kansas. My name is Eric Allgood. I am the Strive Sports Director. We're a company based in Henderson, Nebraska, which is just west of York if you went straight up Highway 81. We work with over 120 schools across the state of Nebraska, and very happy and excited to have Hesston be our first Kansas school. So this is the maiden voyage, if you will. Strive, it's a student broadcast program. We provide the platform, the education, and the support for the students of a school to broadcast their own events. So the Hesston Swathers have done a really nice job. Katie Gaston is the media teacher that has really kind of let the kids pick this up and run with it so far. For a night 1 broadcast, folks, this is dynamite what you're seeing. You won't always hear me, because it's a 3-hour drive from home for me. But more often than not, you will hear student broadcasters. It will be students running cameras, running. Stay here, Mackenzie. I'm talking. Thanks. Stay here. We've got a timeout with the final seconds here of the third quarter. But normally you'll have students that are doing everything about the broadcast. And there will also, at some point, hopefully, I think, be an advertising opportunity for local businesses to advertise on the channel during the broadcast for the Hesston Swathers. And the cool thing is all of those advertising dollars stay with the school. So as far as I know right now, there's no plan put together, but if you're a business in Hesston and you think, hey, this is kind of cool, one way to help support the school might be to offer up an advertisement with the school. So lots of cool things to do, I think, within Strive TV. And if you kind of poke around the rest of the Strive.tv website, you'll see, like I said, over 120 schools that we work with across the state of Nebraska. Final seconds, third quarter, Sacred Heart with it, down by 13, trying to get something going as they've scored just 2 points in the quarter, and then an out of bounds, got a toe on the line was Ella Gotti, and that will give it back to Hesston. So one final opportunity here. Kaiser up the far sideline, crosses into the middle, stumbles, no foul. That's the end of the period. 31-18, Hesston on top of Sacred. Inside, a defensive rebound and then a foul. This one's going to be on Alex Martin. That'll be her third personal, just the second team foul, though, of the half.
Third personal on Alex Martin.
Near side, that's Cochran with it. Now hands it back up top for Hannah Getz. Getz with 3 points. 6 Knights have scored. And Getz now has 5. Getz and Gotti each with 5. That leads the Knights as the Sacred Heart scores just 2 in that third quarter. The foul, by the way, was called on Lindsey Deegan. That is her third personal, third team foul. So not a lot of team fouls, but 3 different Swathers with 3 fouls individually as we are here in this fourth quarter. And Deegan was out of bounds when she touched that ball on the scramble into the corner. So down by 11, Sacred Heart will get it back. Up top, Kaiser got a deflection. It is tracked down, though, by Getz in the backcourt. That's okay after Kaiser touched it in the front court. Man-to-man defense for Hesston. And they do a good job calling out the switches. Could hear Kaiser from all the way up here. Shot in the lane, misses everything off to the right. And the Swathers will get it back. So again, not just sporting events. In fact, the very first broadcast in the state of Kansas was an elementary Christmas program a few weeks ago. Before the Thanksgiving break here on Hesston's Strive channel. So you could see all sorts of different things. Whatever the school would like to broadcast, they can. It might be a ball game that you see on a Friday night. It might be that musical program on a Tuesday. It might be a class project. Veterans Day program, graduation, all of these are more than acceptable. There are a little bit of copyright issues when you start to get to talk about one act and musicals, stuff like that. But your typical band and choir concert usually falls under okay to stream. So just a heads up as things move forward for the Swathers this year and in years to come. Corinne Yoder's got it. The Swathers have the ball, an 11-point lead, 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. High post, Kaiser gets away from the defense with the left hand, missed it once, got it back, and is fouled the second time. Great shot by James down there in the baseline as well. The foul is on Emily Everett, and that is her 4th personal foul and 7th team foul on Sacred Heart. So this is 2 shots for Elise Kaiser. Elise with 11 points in the game. Mentioned last year as a junior, averaged 19.7 and also almost 8 rebounds a game as well. Kaiser makes both. Timeout, Hesston.
30-second timeout.
Fourth quarter action. Hesston matching their largest lead of the game at 13. Sacred Heart with a basketball, though. Nice little entry pass and a good finish there from Audrey Smith. Audrey with her first basket of the ball game. Makes it an 11-point game once again. 5.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Guys game set to follow us here. You will see it on strive.tv/Hesston. The cool thing is, as you watch at Hesston Athletics throughout the rest of the year, when they're at home, the only link you have to see, strive.tv/Hesston. Always free to watch a Strive channel as well. It's a student-run broadcast, and it costs you, the viewer, absolutely nothing to watch it. We tried to make it as easy as possible. Go to the channel, push the play button, watch the contest, watch the program, watch the class project. Baseline three in the corner was put up by Gotti, no good, and the defensive rebound for Vogt. 33-22, 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Kaiser between the circles to Martin on the right wing. Back to Kaiser. Humphreys and Vogt. Zone look for Sacred Heart. Kind of a 3-2 look. Humphreys couldn't handle the pass. Stolen momentarily by Cochran, and Alley is fouled by Humphreys. That's the second personal foul on Anna Humphreys. That is the fourth team foul of the half on Hesston. A three from the near wing is no good by Cochran, but an offensive rebound, and now we've got a scramble for one. And the jump ball is going to be called. And that will give it to Hesston on the alternating possession.
Number 13, Emily Everett. Number 23, Tegan Slagle. And 32, Amber Collin for Sacred Heart.
Keenan Thompson, the head coach for Sacred Heart. Some words of encouragement for Ella Gotti as she and a couple of teammates check out. Backside, nobody went with Humphreys, and Anna fouled on the shot. Good look that time from Marissa Vogt to Sear, and Humphreys will shoot two. Amber Paulin with her second, team's eighth. And a spin in and out. Down low, good feed, good finish. Emily Everett puts it up and in for Sacred Heart. And the Knights have cut a 13-point lead, only down to 10, but a little more fights. Drive from Kaiser rolls off the back, and the Knights have a chance to make it, get it into single digits, and they do on the finish by Audrey Smith. Excuse me, nope, that was Cochran. Allie Cochran gets the finish there. Kaiser open three in the corner, left it short though. Defensive rebound for Emily Everett. So the lead is 8, was 13 early on in this quarter. In fact, to start this quarter, now a long three comes off the back, no good. Kaiser, the defensive rebound. At least with 12 points in the contest, leads all scorers in that department. Timeout Hesston. Coach Matt Richardson takes a 30-second timeout. Eight to 3, the score in this fourth quarter so far in favor of Sacred Heart. They've taken a 13-point deficit, cut it down to 8 so far. Swathers with the basketball, and 3 timeouts remaining for Hesston. Humphreys takes the inbounds on the far sideline. Still this matching up 3-2 zone, and now it might actually be a box and one. They're trying to keep a close eye on Kaiser, at least, wherever she goes. That was deflected, so into the backcourt is okay. Kaiser then goes around and gets fouled, and it'll be a 1-and-1 and a bonus situation the rest of the way for Hesston.
Second personal on Eligati.
Eligati with her second personal, like we said, 19 fouls. So this will actually be the last of the 1-and-1s. This will be Elise Kaiser, who's got 12 points so far to lead all scorers in the contest. I missed that one, though. Deegan had it for a moment, but ended up tipping it directly to Slagle. So Sacred Heart still down just 8. Under 2 minutes to go, though. Rebound tipped into the corner, saved back in. And that is a great hustle play by Vogt. She actually got it deflected, I believe, off Pollen. So back to the Swathers. Corinne Yoder on the near side. Right side of the screen, as you see our floor camera for tonight. A drive and a foul, and called on the floor, but that will still be a double bonus for Elise Kaiser. And that is the 5th personal foul on Emily Everett. Emily will foul out with 1:24 to go. 5 total points for her tonight. Audrey Smith will check in, and a double bonus, 2 free throws coming up for Elise Kaiser. The lead back to 9 has been as much as 13. Second one no good. Humphreys was fighting for the rebound, and actually out of bounds was Sacred Heart. That was Audrey Smith that was out of bounds while touching the ball. Inbounds up the sideline, though, is thrown away, so a turnover will give it back to Sacred Heart. In the corner, the 3 goes up, but way long, and Kaiser with a defensive rebound. In no hurry, Swathers with the lead in the basketball. Just over a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Hesston looking to pick up where they left off last year. They were 17-4 a year ago, and looking for an opening night win over the Sacred Heart Knights. Coach Matt Richardson in his 15th season as the head coach, 23rd season at Hesston.
Third personal on Amber Pollen.
James might eventually need one. He might have a fully charged one.
And Vogt will shoot the 2 shots. Marissa has 4 points here tonight, a basket in the first quarter and 1 in the third quarter. Now she's got a free throw here in the fourth quarter. Guys game coming up, usually about a 15-minute warm-up between games. Sweep the floor once and start the warm-up clock. Your stream, by the way, might click off for just a minute or 2, but I promise you we will be back before the start of that boys game. Vogt makes both. Timeout Sacred Heart, 50 seconds left. So again, thank you for joining us tonight on the first ever Strive TV broadcast of a ball game in the state of Kansas. Hesston High School is our first Strive school. Strive is a company based in Henderson, Nebraska, which is just west on Highway 81. From Highway 81, I should say, on Interstate 80 in Nebraska. And we work with over 120 schools across the state of Nebraska. Hesston, though, becomes the first school out of the state to join the ranks, and so we're very excited about that. That probably means we got to redo the website. Right now, Hesston is just part of the Strive schools, Nebraska or not, but hopefully there's more Kansas schools, Iowa, South Dakota, Colorado. Hey, I'm up for a drive. Why not? Working with schools to help the schools share their story online. A lot of that, the core of it, the base of it, if you will, comes through live streaming of ball games, concerts, graduation, class projects, a lot of different ways that you can produce a stream for a school. And it has become a really great thing for persons in a community that maybe find it a little difficult to come out to the school for a ball game, especially if weather isn't great. For family and friends that live far away that wouldn't normally be making a trip to Hesston for a ball game, hey, you could watch from anywhere in the world. Analytics have shown we have been watched in Africa. We have been watched in Europe. We've been watched in Asia even. I don't believe anybody has tuned in from from Antarctica, but if the Penguins get good Wi-Fi down there, I'm sure someone will be watching Strive TV way south of the border. Kaiser misses both there. At least probably going to be just a touch disappointed with the free throw shooting tonight. She's 5 of 10 right now. As the final seconds winding down here. That foul, by the way, was whistled against Ella Gotti. And Kaiser going to shoot a couple more free throws.
How many more games are there? One. Boys varsity.
Kaiser shooting 2 shots.
Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Kaiser has 13 points tonight. And it still does. But Deegan had him for a moment, then had it ripped away. Cochran brings it up now, a 3 on the left wing. That goes down for Hannah Getz. And the final 10 seconds of this one, an 8-point lead. And most likely it looks like an 8-point win for the Hesston Swathers, who will open the 2019-2020 basketball season 1-0 with a final count of 37-29. Mackenzie's cutting me off, but I got things to say, Mackenzie. Don't let the people hear me. Come on now. Let's do final scoring tonight. For Sacred Heart, Audrey Smith with 2, Allie Cochran with 4, Emily Everett with 5. Hannah Getz leads the Knights tonight with 8 points. Amber Paulin with 3, Ella Gotti with 5, and Tegan Slagle with 2. For the Hesston Swathers, Corinne Yoder with 5. Mentioned Elise Kaiser leads all scorers with 13. she's going to shoot a few free throws before next week, I believe. Marissa Vogt finishes with 6 points, 1 for Alex Martin, 5 for Anna Humphreys, 5 for Katie Keeker, and 3 for Lindsay Deegan. So the Swathers and Coach Matt Richardson are 1-0 on the season after a final count victory of 37-26 over Sacred Heart. Coming up, it's the guys' game, Hesston and Sacred Heart. You're watching Strive TV.